Good morning, beautiful sunshines. Callie Carroll here, talking about receiving, community, but receiving. We're going to talk about receiving. So as you guys jump on, let me know if it's a rewatch. Just write it in the comments. And then right off the bat, and I'll ask this in a couple minutes again, but right off the bat, do you receive well? Right? Are you quicker to receive or to give? Either one of those answers. How's your relationship with receiving? Let's just go there. Okay, maybe that's too broad. But anyways, are you a receiver or a giver? Which one? Because what I've noticed is there's a lot of complexities with receiving. I generalize it with, I don't know, women, but I think it's men. I think it's everyone. When we're jacked up. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Say good morning, sunshine, hashtag GMS. Let me know something you're grateful for this morning. And then let's talk about 1 year ago. Actually, I know this happens a lot. You guys watch, you're like, okay, Cal, we know your story, but some people are new here and they don't know my story. Let's talk about 16 months ago instead. When Whit and John, my youngest, my 20-month-old at the time, right, was, we were in the hospital for what I thought was kind of a routine test. It didn't end up being 2-day routine because we found a tumor in his pituitary, in his skull, and in his hip. And then we ended up having to start our first line of chemotherapy, which didn't work, our second line, which didn't work, moving all the way into a year and a half almost of chemo in order to help support him get through this disease, which is incurable, and his other disease, which is also incurable, but controllable. Okay, so you're all caught up, all right? When I started on this journey, you guys, pre this journey, I had been given the opportunity to receive the lesson of the power of receiving, of letting others help over and over and over again. I'd say, maybe it was us, filing bankruptcy in 2008. We could have looked for more support, more help, allowed more people in, right? Maybe it was when I had my wrist surgery. I couldn't use my right arm for a year after doing a pole class. That's right, spinning around on a pole. It was fun. Anyways, maybe it was my ankle surgery where it was on my right foot and I couldn't drive for 3 months, right? And it could have been when I had that shelf on my head and I couldn't really use my brain for a year. I couldn't be online. I had to go dark and I was kind of out of whack and a mess. I've had a lot of opportunities, right? God is like, Cal, receiving is good. You guys are commenting right now. If you're on, are you able to receive? Have you learned the lesson of receiving and its positivity yet? Or are you still only a giver? And if you're a giver, that's great too. We all should be givers, right? But just curious, can you give and receive? Are you mostly a giver or are you mostly a receiver? Okay, so I'm giving this lesson over and over again. And I kind of listen, right? Because somebody had to drive me around when I couldn't drive, and somebody had to do my hair when I couldn't do my hair. Somebody had to support me when my brain wasn't working. And even though I couldn't really ask, my husband took care of that. I was forced into receiving. But that moment when my son was diagnosed with his rare cancer, I felt like things this, you guys, just changed. All I can see myself is just laying out, right, here I am, whoever wants to come on over and support this jacked up, messed up situation of a family. I'm here. And receiving before that had been obviously a challenge for me, like it is for many of us, right? We see receiving as a sign of weakness. So many of us, and maybe it's just my generation, right? I don't even know what I'm called, an exennial, blah, 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 in between, whatever. I'm 43, right? So many of us that were born in the early 80s, or maybe all of us, it's we were programmed to know that asking for help is weakness. Any of you guys ever get this? I can do it all on my own. I am a superwoman. I can multitask everything. I can run around with my arms completely full. I can move the furniture up and down and throw out my back because I don't need anybody. And it's we pride ourselves on this I don't need anybody mantra that ends up, you guys, pushing people away and away and away. In fact, I've been talking to more people in their early stages of diagnosis or trauma in their family, because obviously I'm connected with a lot of people right now who are going through, whether it's Langerhans cell histiocytosis or childhood cancer of a different sort, leukemia, or even my grown ass friends with all of the the colon cancer and rectal cancer, and I got all the things going on, right? So I've been having a lot more conversations with people in their beginning stages. And one of the first things that I like to support them with, if they're open to receiving, which most aren't yet, is say yes to help. Say yes to help. And you don't have to be going through the situation. Like once we can all learn to say yes to receiving, to help, man, things can take a big shift in our world, right? Because number one, let's talk about when you say no, what happens when you say no, because this is something that I've shared with them. I think about when I had Quincy, right? And so many people offered help. I had two teenagers that I was trying to figure out soccer practice, homecoming, gymnastics practice, all of these different things at the same time where my babies were supposed to be in bed because, you know, I had Quincy and then I had Witten, and I had people actually with just Quincy, I had people that asked if they could help over and over. And I was like, no, I got it. I'm super, right? I'm Bama Dad. I'm super mom. I can do this. Okay. Yeah, that right there was not supportive for me, because what happened is every time I said no, people took a step back. No. Pretty soon, I wasn't even in their line of supporting because I said no so much. They're not going to keep asking. They're not going to keep asking, you guys. If you keep saying no, they're not going to keep asking. So when this occurrence happened with my son, I started saying yes right away. Do you want me to bring you dinner? Yes. Do you want me to help clean your house? Yes. Do you want me to, we went through this whole purge thing. Do you want me to come over and clean out your spice cabinet with you? Yes. I mean, this is weird shit that I was doing, trying to control my situation. Do you want me to give you any sort of suggestions? Yes. I don't know what I'm going to take, but I just started saying yes to everything. And as I did that, you guys, it's like I reopened up this door to this community, this unbelievable community that I am supported by. Didn't know today was going to be emotional. It's fine. That I'm supported by, that you're probably supported by as well. You have all of these loving humans around you. You feel alone because you've said no for so long. You've told them no for so long. You've hid because you don't want to be authentic with them to share what's really going on. And they're there to support you. And the second I started saying yes, you guys, it was like door opening. And I wanted to share this today because 1 year ago today, good morning, Cindy Lou, it's exactly true, right? When we're givers, I'll talk about that as well. So 1 year ago today, I had a friend, one of my dearest friends, Christy. She said, hey, can I host a fundraiser for you? And I was like, you know what? I mean, yes. My answer now it's like I go with the hesitation, right? Like I'm like, absolutely yes. Because upon my son's diagnosis, I thought I was going to stop working for a month, right? I was like, it's fine. He's got cancer. We're going to work our way through this. Like we'll probably be done with this in like 6 weeks. I'll start working in August. And August 1st, I was like, holy shit, like this is not happening. And it's like, it's fine. September, it'll probably, like this at-home chemo is probably going to work. Like I'm certain I'll be working soon. And that didn't happen. And then pretty soon I was like, shit, I am like the wood of the soul. I don't know. I don't know. As a breadwinner, okay, I was a breadwinner, and now I can't work. And when that happens, they aren't like, you know what? No, don't worry about it, you guys. You don't have to pay your mortgage. You don't have to pay for electricity or for heat or for food. Like that doesn't happen, right? So a friend was like, can we do a fundraiser for you? And I was like, yes. And a year ago today, we hosted one of the most extraordinary occasions. I can't even describe to you what it was like after we said yes over and over again and opened the door to this community and had like over 400 people physically show up on a day where it was raining. There was a storm. You could tell, like the skies were black, right? And we're outside in this farm. And I'm like, you know what? Probably a lot of people aren't going to show up. Weather's, and all of these humans, like at the time that we were supposed to start, there was this line out, like did not expect this, right? There is this line of people going down my dirt road. We had so many people donate different items for raffles and like volunteer to support with the event. And like, I can't even give as much recognition as due, but it was unbelievable, you guys. And I just have to share this story. This isn't even part of this conversation, but this is so freaking cool. Okay, so we're at the event, right? And all of these humans are coming together to support us, knowing that my job, my role in life has changed right now. And it's given us this shift where usually I would say, no, I got this, and struggle on my own and wrap myself into a corner like most of us do. Instead, I said, yes, I'm open to whatever whatever you're willing to give, whether it's the spice cabinet or a prayer, like I was so open to receiving more than I've ever been in my life. And as we're having this event in this huge storm, I mean, the skies are black and dark, right? And it's rolling towards us. And all of us are kind of like walking around, like looking like, oh my gosh. And we're in mud, like we will be in a mud puddle if it rains on us, right? Because we're in a farm. So I'm like, you guys just blow, it's going to be fine. And this storm comes right towards us, goes right around us. It literally rained on 470, if you guys know where I'm at. So about less than a mile away, there is downpour. People are pulled over on the highway because they can't drive. We get a couple drips, drip, 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 drizzle, drizzle. Storm moves around us right on the other side. And then this unbelievable rainbow like just pops in the sky. That doesn't have to do with the story, you guys. It was just crazy. I'll share a blog, but it was nuts, right? The point being, okay, obviously God was there, right? In so many different ways. But receiving, if you can, instead of struggling like I have for the last decade with the lesson of receiving and continuously shutting people out because I think that makes me a warrior, turning my community away because I think that makes me strong, saying no because I would rather close the door and struggle. Like I said, all I can picture is somebody like curled up into a corner, like just struggling, right? Because they're not allowing other people to help them. That's not a superpower. Saying no doesn't make you strong. Saying no is a weakness, in fact. Can you see where I'm coming from on that? And, oh, I love this. So I'm just like reading through, Cindy. Okay, so if you can acknowledge that receiving, saying yes, letting other people in, that's the superpower. There's going to be this like symbiotic relationship of giving and taking, because let's go to the giver side real quick. Like some of us are givers, like Cindy was talking about, like, right? I'm a giver. I'm initially a giver. Like, so I'm used to giving. We need giving and receiving, because in order to give, you have to have a receiver. And in order to receive, you have to have a giver. That's the way the world can work together in kindness, love, and support, right? To help us through all of the different situations. Because when my life is like down in the depths, right? Other people are up and they can reach down to support me. And right now I feel like we're getting to the stage where I'm able to breathe. I caught a breath and I do everything I can to give right now. Right? I mean, so much of the money that we raised over Good Morning Sunshine, Sarah, so much of the money that we raised at that event has gone right back into the hands of people in my community that I see need help now. Right? And still haven't got to start. It's just started like to try to start working. It's not working very well. It's harder than I thought. But anyways, I'm seeing like that we can be on the giving and receiving end. So my message for you today, number one, when someone offers to help you, say yes. Like, sometimes it's like, don't be a dick. Don't say like, oh no, nope. I'm too good for your help. I'm too good for that. I'm too good. Right? No, just let them help you. Let them in. It feels good to help other people. You allowing yourself to receive gives them the opportunity to feel good, because giving feels great, doesn't it? Does anybody else love giving? Doesn't it feel good? Brittany, how are you, Sunshine? It feels so good to give. But you can't give if people won't receive. So allow yourself the opportunity to say yes, to let them in your world. And then you can't do that, because I have a lot of people like, oh, but then I owe them something. You don't owe anybody jack shit for receiving. You're in a time of need of receipt. When you receive, that is you. Like you don't receive to give, and you don't give to receive. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. Just take yourself out of the game for a little while, work on some things, right? If you're giving somebody something in hopes to or want for receiving, that's not the way it works, right? If you give with your whole heart in hopes of support, you will receive. You will, whether it's from that person or someone else, because it doesn't need to be an equal split between humans. That's not the way it works. Our lives aren't equal. It's not. We're not all created equal. The shit that you're going through, I don't have to go through, and the stuff that I'm going through, you don't have to go through. Thank goodness it's not all equal. Especially when you look at what my world has been like for the last 16 months. I don't want anybody else experiencing childhood cancer. Just thank goodness, right? So allow yourself, number one, allow yourself to receive with an open heart, right? Not with an I owe you one, with an open heart of somebody sending me support, light, and love right now. And on the other side of it, do we stop giving? Absolutely not. If you're in a space to give, whether that's emotionally or financially or physically, if you can give, we should be giving. Living in servitude is the way of life. It's the way of movement. It's the way of, it's just the way. It's just the way, right? So consistently allowing ourselves to give, but do not give to receive. Do not give to receive. If you're giving to receive, just go back, sit on the couch. Okay, this is my message today. I want to just say thank you again to all of my community. And I know it's not my community. That's not like a selfish thing, you guys. It's just the community that has woken up to our story and supported us for the last year and a half almost, and has been here for prayers, for thoughts, the messages, the suggestions, the support, the ideas, the financial help, the time with the kids, people that have joined us at chemo. I mean, you've really gone out of your way to make sure that our family does our best to thrive through the situation. And I am so thankful to God for the message of receiving and him putting that into my heart and into my life, because I believe I can live a different way now. I give with a different, like I gave before, but now I like, oh man, I love the way that I can give without any expectations. And because I've been on the other side, like in a big way. It's absolutely incredible. So guys, I love you. Commitment at the end. We already went through that, right? Acknowledging you're receiving and you're giving, receiving with an open heart, giving without expectations. If you're committed, say I'm committed, at least to trying. We're not going to all do perfect, right? Just at least to trying. And if you feel like this message is supportive, I'm always very appreciative when you share so that I can support as many people as possible, because it's so wacky when I get a message and people are like, I don't even know how I found you, but somehow I found you and I've been following for the last 3 months and it's really changed my life in this way. I get that a lot, and it's very special to know that I'm able to support people in different ways. Okay, I love you, sunshines. I hope you always acknowledge that perspective can reveal miracles. And I hope you have the most beautiful, extraordinary day. Thank you again. Love you guys.